Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to try to take a look at the market, understand why things are happening the way they are. We're going to take a look at the S&P, the NASDAQ, the large tech stocks, all that good stuff. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started with the video. Alright, so first and foremost, Qualcomm, members were long Qualcomm. These contracts hit 120%. So these worked out really well for the members in the closed group. Essentially, we have the Qualcomms, we have Meta, we have Netflix, we even had Amazon doing a bit well today. We also had Microsoft doing well today. And above all else, these chips, NVIDIA and AMD, continued to do well. All right. So my thought process was, even if NVIDIA and AMD did not do well, money would flow into the losers, and the losers would help keep the market up, and then the market would end up hitting 518 to 520 something area, right? Today, the market ended up hitting close to 516, right? And it basically went alongside with what I was saying, but it also included strength in the chip stocks. All right, so Apple, I was talking about how Apple is bottoming out, and is leaning to a bit of a bounce. So Apple is like, it showed bullishness intraday. It held 170 primarily for the entire day. So Apple is starting to bottom out. This is the fourth day that we're trading outside of the lower bands. This is extremely overextended to the downside. Okay. Large trillion-dollar company trading very, very far outside of the lower level of the Bollinger Bands. It is extremely, extremely overextended now. At a level of psychological 170-ish support. As money flows into Apple, it should help keep, it should help stabilize the market, in my opinion. But it's neither here nor there. Tesla also ended up bouncing off of 174, sorry, off of this fib level, and you know, it also is starting to reverse a bit. Google had a strong reversal as well. So a few days ago, I was showing Google, Tesla, and Apple. Those stocks were going to get some love, in my opinion. Google, so far, is getting the most love. So far, the best performing tech stocks are the chips. The chips are continuing to do well. The losers, Apple, Tesla, Google, Microsoft, they're starting to get some buyers. Okay, so as these stocks start to get some buyers and start to do well, that's going to help the rest of the market. That's going to help the rest of the tech stocks. Very, very simple. It's not, you know, basically all you need to think about is if a group of stocks are doing really well, another group of stocks are either going to be neutral or they're not going to be doing too well. So then once these stocks end up doing well and they hold here, then you could sell off some of this. You could sell off some of the winnings, right? And then these winnings end up going into the losers, and then the losers get lifted up. So it's just a rotation. So in my opinion, money should funnel into Apple, Tesla, Google, the losers, and out of AI chip-related stocks, in my opinion. So we're going to see how that turns out. But then there's also a rotation with the IWM and tech as well. The IWM has been the leading indicator, indice recently as well. The IWM is the economically sensitive stocks, stocks that basically are heavily affected by the economy. So the IWM is continuing to do well. So a lot of money has been funneling out of tech into the IWM because they had the most upside potential based off of everything, all the news with the interest rates and everything else of that nature. But so the IWM is getting money funneled in, but then within the tech stocks, money should be funneling out of chips into the losers. So the IWM, I believe, hits 210. It should be hitting 210 soon. I'm pretty bullish on the IWM. We're holding on to August calls on the IWM. and these, you know, these should be doing well. The SPY continuing on, like depending on how bullish everything else is, the SPY should end up hitting at least 518, 520 something area. And yeah, you know, that basically is my thought process with the equities, right? By showing equities, the only other thing that we could take a look at is the dollar. So the dollar is starting to get very overextended to the downside. The dollar is showing a lot of weakness, and the dollar generally has an inverse relationship to the market. So now, if the dollar is bearish, then obviously that means the market is bullish, and clearly you can definitely see how bearish the dollar is. So now what we need to see, since it has an inverse relationship, if the dollar is falling, the market is bullish. If the dollar opens outside of the lower bands and it bounces a bit, if the dollar bounces a little bit, we're going to have to see if the market falls a little bit. That's the only thing. So we're going to have to take a look at whether that happens. But aside from that, equities, gold, oil has been doing really well. Also, Tesla, Apple. We took a look at all that stuff already. And yeah, you know, if you guys, it all just really depends on what's going to happen in the next few days. After OPEX, once again, after OPEX, March 15th, things should be getting a bit of a pullback. We're going to have to monitor how things go heading into OPEX as well. But in the short term, IWM should hit 210. Apple should end up bouncing as well. But we'll see how that turns out. And yeah, I think we're positioned pretty well in the market. We're positioned pretty well. And yeah, the swings have been working really, really well. Our scalps have been working really, really well. And people are, as a whole, people are doing really well in the group. So yeah, we can't really judge. There's nothing else to really look at in the market at the moment. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please make sure to support, like the video, comment down below what you guys think is going to end up happening in the market. And yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, you know, like overall, once again, heading into March, and by the end of April, I am bearish on the market. So at the moment, you know, we just have to flow alongside buyers, and buyers are still clearly in the market at the moment. And yeah, we have to take it one day at a time. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Show support. Love you guys. Take care. Have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow.